3, 2, 1, and we're live. We're Kyushu live. Welcome to the live stream. At least I hope we're live. Hi everyone, this is Nick. It is February the 4th and Thursday, 2021, and we are in Fukuoka. We are actually in Imajuku, Fukuoka, and today I have a special guest. Let's get him on screen here. Hang on a second. And, oh, as predicted, what's happening with the camera? There we go. Hey!
Hi!
Bobby Judo!
Bobby Judo でございます。I used to live in Imajuku. Nick and I have been colleagues and friends for quite a while now. And we wanted to walk through this area and see how much of it I remember and how much of it has changed since my time here.
Exactly. Yeah, thanks a lot for doing this today, Bobby. This is one of my favorite areas of Fukuoka, actually.
It's nice.
I've never lived here, but we're going to show you all just what a great place it is.
Yep.
All right?
Starting right here on the water, and we're going to head over towards Nagatare Hama.
Okay, all right. Well then, let's go. Let's get the show on the road. So the harbor name is Nagatare. Right?
Nagatare.
Yeah.
Written with characters for long and barrel.
And barrel.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. Let's take a little pan here. Let's sort of see the barrel. Yeah, looking back this way, this is Route 202, right?
Right.
202. And I'm pointing towards Fukuoka or Tenjin, Hakata area. And straight across there, that's Nokunoshima. Right?
Yep.
Right there. Yeah, straight
Yes.
ahead there. Yeah. And that's Itoshima over there. Right.
Itoshima is where we both live now. I live a little bit closer to the town side, the Fukuoka side. I don't know if you can see this graffiti wall up here. It's gotten cleaned up a lot since they opened that barbecue place up on the top.
Okay.
But for some years, apparently, this was a nationally known graffiti spot.
Really?
Yeah, Japanese people and even a handful of foreign friends that I knew who were into tagging, who lived in Tokyo. When they came to visit, they'd want to come look at this wall.
Right. That I did not know. Well, you know, graffiti, there's some controversy, or there's two sides to that, but I think in one spot like this, I think it's a cool thing, yeah.
What I'd heard was artists enjoyed it because it was a very scenic spot to practice their art. I don't know, I can't speak to the legality of it,
right.
But I imagine if you're working on something and you're right on the beach with the waves washing up next to you, it's a nice environment.
Cool. Yeah. Well, waves, not much in the way of waves today. Beautiful, calm sea. Look at that, eh? Jeez. Oh. Gotta watch out for cyclists here.
Now we're coming up on this barbecue area, California Barbecue Beach. When did this go up? This went up,
I'd say almost 10 years, though.
I can't have been
that
10, maybe 5, 6.
Really? Just that? Okay.
But there's a lot of airstreams and this terrace area where they've got all these American style. I think they've imagined a California beachscape.
Love the palm trees.
Yeah.
Well, let's sneak in here. I don't know if it's open, but
they're not open today, but they sold me a coffee 20 minutes ago. So.
All right. Well, we'll consider that open then. Barbecue Beach, California.
I do remember when this first opened, it was very vibrant. All the airstreams were nice and shiny.
Right.
I think being right up here on the beach with all the saltwater air and the wind and the sand, I think tends to wash things out pretty quickly.
It looks like it's kind of a mix of a Japanese umi no e, ne?
Umi no
that
ie.
sort of thing, umi no e, going on here. That's right. This sort of beach hut style. With
Plus
some
kind of
shade
this
here. And
glamping.
then,
They've got these tents set up next to airstreams.
like you say, the airstreams. And camping. So maybe people are camping even now? Or is that all year, do you think? Or is that just in the summer?
I think they do most of their business in the summer.
Yeah.
I do know when they're not doing barbecuing, they've got kind of these
Domes.
plastic domes set up.
Yeah.
To be very warm for even colder season business. But when they're not doing the barbecuing, they sell coffee and tapioca out of the airstreams up here.
Is that one of the
Yeah.
managers?
The gentleman who sold me
Hey.
coffee. Let me park here.
Thank you. ありがとう。また来ますね。Oh. Yeah, surfboards and
Yeah.
Airstreams.
And
Very
and
California.
Like I said, they've got tapioca. This is actually the same kid. It's the same parent
Right.
company as Baranka, which I think is on Kokutai Dori.
Right.
And it's
right.
got that super popular boba tea tapioca window.
Okay.
That when
That's
tapioca
right. That
was
was huge lineups.
really trending. Yeah, people
Yeah.
would line up all the way down the street for that.
Right. Right. Okay, back to this busy street, but just for a bit. We're going to tuck into that park coming up here, aren't we?
Yeah, there's a really nice park. When I lived in this area, I lived maybe a 10-15 minute walk from this beachfront in this park. And it was close enough to kind of pop our kids in the stroller and bring them out here. Or to come out early in the morning and do a jog up and down the beach.
Nice. Nice. And to the left, that's the railway, right?
Yeah, this is Karatsu-San. This is a track that runs all the way out to Karatsu.
But it also turns into the subway. Will take you straight to Fukuoka Airport as well.
Super convenient.
Yeah.
A lot of my work is in the city, and so anytime I told people I lived out here, they go, "Oh, it's so far, it's so far." And you could convince them that it wasn't by saying you only had to take one train. You'd go the whole way on one line.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's the beauty. I mean, out to Maibaru and Itoshima as well, is, you know, it's one of the great attractions. But here's this park. Let's see if we can hop over here and sneak into the park here.
Sure. The pine trees are a little bit sparse through here, but you get a little bit further down and there's a little bit of a thicker Matsubara,
Nah.
this oceanfront pine forest,
Yeah, I love that.
reminiscent of a
nice.
lot of the coastline around here.
For sure. Yeah, on a couple of episodes, I've seemed to be coming to beaches often and just mentioning I heard that they're planted actually as a windbreak
Yeah,
to keep the sand on the beaches.
which makes them functional, but also because they're always being windblown by these strong ocean winds, it
Yeah.
makes the trees really interesting, really photogenic shapes.
Cool. And look at this park. Wow, it's huge.
Yeah. See
Frisbee.
a lot of people come out to play
I'm-
frisbee.
That's my first thought. Looking at this, I wish I brought my frisbee. Let's get a little bit down. But look at this, and not only that, but a sandy beach. Now, this is what I said, like Imajuku. I mean, I'm very happy where I live now in Itoshima, and I got a nice beach to look at as well. But just check this out. This is Fukuoka City, proper Fukuoka City. Not on the outskirts. This is very much Fukuoka City in a huge, wide park. As we'll see, a train station not too far away.
You can see somebody out there windsurfing right now.
Where's that?
Just right out there in
Okay.
the distance.
All right.
It might be a little bit tough to see,
Yeah,
but
here.
a lot of windsurfing, a lot of kite surfing. People come out here to do stand-up paddleboard.
Okay.
There's a stand-up paddleboard and windsurfing school and shop up a little ways ahead. We
Well, I
might
think
swing
that-
by there later
yeah,
on.
I think that's definitely on our car. I know where you're talking about, and we're going to swing by there. But today's route, for people who are just tuning in here, we are in Imajuku, west end of Fukuoka City. I'm with Bobby Judo, who's spent a couple of years living in the area here. How
Here,
many
I lived here for about 5 years.
5 years. Okay,
Yeah.
good. So as we said, we're going to test your knowledge, your memory. What's where? Hey, we got Julie. Julie's checked in, one of our regular viewers. She's saying the sea is so blue.
Yeah,
It is.
very, very nice conditions today. Sky's clear. Sometimes you get that PM Nitengo, a little haze.
Right.
But this area in general, the beach is cleaned really, really regularly. When I used to come out jogging in the morning, you'd kind of see the cleanup crews, which is why it's so pristine today, really.
Yeah, no, it's. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful day. I think it's about 12 degrees or so. Feels warmer even.
Yeah. We're walking around and moving, and we've got the sun. It feels warmer. I like the view, especially of Nokunoshima.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna stop here and use the telephoto lens there. Bobby just mentioned that's Nokunoshima. That is a real. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Nice point. That's part of Itoshima.
Yes.
sorry, oops, and thank you for the correction. That is Nokunoshima over there, and accessible by ferry from Odo Harbor, I think, and well, in that area.
Yeah, from Odo, and it takes about 10 minutes to get there.
Yeah, so popular getaway spot on weekends. And there it is there, that's Nokunoshima. And sorry, this is part of Itoshima, actually.
You can see the bridge connecting it even, it's still...
Right. And Itoshima is not an island. We have to remind people, it's a peninsula.
Yeah, even though Shima, the name itself is island,
island.
but it's not an island.
No. All right, let's continue. We got a long walk, Bobby.
Yeah.
Got
Some little playground equipment up here and more pine trees. I said we used to bring our kids out here for picnics. When my daughter was 1, maybe 1.5, right over there is where she tried to eat her first pine cone.
How'd that go? When did she realize that they're not edible?
It took her way too long, in my opinion. So my wife always says, kids learn with their mouths, and it's anything, all the sensory, the main sensory function that they use is the mouth, taste and feeling in the mouth, and they went through a phase where they just put everything in their mouth. And
Right. Well, look, I think we're going to cut through where these playgrounds equipment is, and there's something on their side here which I think both you and I really like. So.
Oh, don't be too sure.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, this is
some stories.
This is a divisive. This is a divisive thing.
Oh,
it's one of those.
All right.
You either love it or.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What?
I can see the sign up
Yes,
through
yes,
the pine
yes,
trees
yes,
here.
Yes. This will be a slow reveal for people who don't know where we are or what we're talking about. There'll be some hints in kanji coming up, or at least hiragana.
And the logo as well. I mean, I think it's a pretty recognizable logo.
Yeah, let me just show the pine forest here is pretty nice in this area.
Yeah, it gets thicker in through here.
Yeah, this is nice, beautiful. Ooh. Ta-da! That's what we're talking about.
There we
Straight ahead.
Udon. Kamaage udon.
Daisuki. Oh, I love maki udon from way back.
I like it. I like it. My wife is a huge fan.
Right.
And I think when we were dating, we came an awful lot.
Yeah.
And it's famous for having softer noodles.
Well, you can order, you choose. Katamen toka chu toka.
But the thing about maki is that they put the soup out on the table, and as you're eating, your noodles keep sucking up the soup.
True. That's a feature, not a flaw. That's a feature.
So as you're eating, the tabete mo heranai. Just the amount in the bowl never.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, especially.
Well, actually, no. There's like 20 some of these spread out between Fukuoka and Saga.
And originated in Itoshima.
Yeah.
Let me remind you. I'm sure you know that, but the Honten is in Maibaru to you kana.
Yeah, it's in Itoshima.
Yeah,
and
that's where I go.
To make sure that they have quality control, that all of the makino udon noodles and soup is the same flavor and the same quality among all of their locations.
Yeah.
Every morning, they make all of it in Itoshima and then ship it out on trucks early in the morning. And the really interesting thing is, they don't keep growing.
Right.
They don't keep adding more franchises because they figured out the maximum distance they can travel before the quality diminishes.
Yeah,
which I think is just an amazing business practice.
What I was going to say is not only does maki udon one of my favorite tasting udon, but I just love the ambience, I'll say.
Yeah.
The ambience that I'm talking about, that's kind of a tongue-in-cheek there. What it is, it's very rough inside. And the machinery, let's call it machinery, not even equipment that they use to make the udon. They actually, it's like they roll out, it's like pasta. And then they have this sort of like really handmade looking machinery that cuts the noodles, right?
Yeah.
And the switches are like regular string, like they're twine or something like that.
Yeah.
So
what's also, I mean, it's very efficient. It's you get in, you write your order down on a piece of paper, you get it right away.
Oh yeah.
You can add all the soup and all the
hustle.
Yeah.
They're so hustling. Anyway, we're obviously both. At least I'm a Udon fan. You're a good fan. Now, what's this? This is Nihonichi over there.
This is Nipponichi Taiyaki. It's a taiyaki place. They serve those They serve kind of like pancake batter,
Right.
that they fry into the shape of a fish called a Thai. And it's filled with either usually red bean paste,
Right.
but they also have chocolate ones or custard filled ones.
Right. That's what we're talking about over there. Nipponichi taiyaki kana? I don't know. You know what surprises me actually about this more is taiyaki to me is sort of like it's something when you go to a temple or something like that or a shrine.
Yeah.
And it's like you pick it up as sweet and you eat it as you're walking. Like I've never seen a sit down like a full-on restaurant. That looks like a restaurant. It's got a parking lot and
Well, even there, I think
takeout.
I think it's most of the business they do is probably people go up to the window and order.
Okay.
Actually, fun fact about Nipponichi Taiyaki. A lot of people see the name and wonder what exactly about it. Nipponichi means best in all of Japan.
Yes.
So what is it about Nipponichi Taiyaki? Where did it get that name?
Right.
How does it qualify as best?
You did? Yeah, no. I don't really know, but I'm just going to guess they just claimed it. Just said, hey.
Yeah.
They're just quick.
Absolutely.
They just said, hey, we're
I
number
think
one.
The original owner
Is that it?
said that their taiyaki was Nipponichi Tai. And Tai is Fukuoka dialect. It's Hakata Ben for dayo or bai or something like that.
Oh, so it's like it's a dialect, yeah.
Yeah, it's a play on words as well.
It's like in Canada we say A, like it's we're the best poutine, eh? And they would it's the best poutine. It's like I don't know. Nipponichi Tai.
Yeah. As an American though, if you say we're the best, it sounds to me like you're not so confident.
Okay. Hey, we got some other people. Hey, that's right. Anyone in the live chat, you got questions for Bobby? I'm impressed. You're remembering a lot about Imajuku.
Yeah.
You're already passing.
I'm already. Can I go home? Am I done?
A couple more minutes.
So we're coming up on the little kind of downtown area where Imajuku Station is.
Okay.
There's one of my favorite pizza places is going to be coming up on the right.
Okay. But Bobby, I got some bad news for you.
What's that?
We're not going to go by there.
Oh no.
Not now. Not yet. On the way, we're going to make a circle, right?
Okay.
We're going to turn left here at this like no-name intersection here. There's a post office on their side. We're going to go there. And then I think we're going to show that your favorite or one of your favorite pizza places when we swing back towards the beach. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Just do a shot back here. Again, this is Route 202, a national route here. Use the wide lanes here. I have a friend who lives in this condominium. While we're waiting for the light to change. So what's new, Bobby? What are you up to these days?
Making the adjustment to remote work as most people are. I work for a handful of TV shows in Fukuoka and in Saga.
Yeah.
But because of the state of emergency, you're not supposed to really travel between prefectures.
Right.
So even my Saga TV work, I do it from a remote studio. I do a lot more of my reporting or my shuzai from the comfort of my own office, which is nice. But also, I get tired of looking at a screen all the time. I was really excited when you asked me to be a part of this.
Come out for this walk today, yeah.
It meant to be outside and get to move around.
That's right. But we're all masked up and we're keeping our distance, keeping our distance from other people, so we're being good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's, I think this light is going to change here. That's great. We know I see you on KBC Asadis every week. What day of the week is that?
I'm on every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. Yeah.
And generally we do kind of like a travel segment where we go out to somewhere inside Fukuoka and introduce something special about it. It's been interesting because the original concept was to try to encourage people to go visit that place,
right?
Which you can't do anymore.
Right.
And it was a struggle in the first couple weeks, kind of adjusting to, so come on down to check it out, and not being able to say that and having to instead say, there's a thing here, and we looked at it. I hope you enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's That's a tricky one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have the same thing like viewing reports for Fukuoka I or whatever. Like so many things I want to introduce, and you want to tell people to go. You check this place out, but on the other hand, everyone's supposed to stay at home.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna cross this
Okay.
this area here. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the station up ahead.
That's right. That's Imajuku Station.
Okay, you can see. Maybe we'll get a train to. Can you call for a train, please?
Yeah, sure. Let me get right on that.
No trains right now, but we might get lucky.
So this whole area has
Yeah.
developed an awful lot.
Mm-hmm.
When we first moved out here in 2013,
Okay.
we moved here in 2013, and Kyudai has a campus out here. And
Yes.
Kyudai had opened up a campus a handful of years earlier.
Yes.
And since then, the area has just kind of exploded with, apartment buildings, restaurants, shopping centers,
That's
all different kinds of development. I'm sure, you lived in Itoshima for how long now?
Well, living out there full time is like 9 years now, but we bought our land back 20 years ago. 20 years ago, so I've been going out there for the last 20 years anyways, yeah.
And when you traveled from Itoshima to Fukuoka and back and forth and you went through this area, it must have been very different.
Exactly. I think that I'm going to talk about that. Well, we're going to come up there actually fairly soon. In fact, maybe sooner than I think. But anyways, yeah, to me, Imajuku is the turn-off to Itoshima.
Right.
That's what it was
right,
for me
right.
for many years. There's an intersection, like the four-way intersection, like that main intersection beyond the station. And if you go turn right, that road is a coastal road that takes you out to Itoshima and where Kyudai campus is and all that, right? So for me, that intersection, I know Imajuku. Imajuku, you leave Imajuku, to me, you're leaving Fukuoka City.
Yeah. It's kind of the last stop before you exit the municipality.
But I love it. Like we're going to be walking in that area soon, but saying this is the station, but and we're looking left, I'm pointing left now, and to the right is this area that gets closer to where we just were, like to the beach area.
Right.
And that area has some just like residences, and it's really chilled, quiet place. Love it there. Oh, hey, we got someone from Egypt checking in and enjoying the tour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, and it's 8:22 a.m. in Egypt. Nice. Well, it's February the 4th here in Fukuoka. As I said, I think it's about 12, 13 degrees. It's fairly warm.
It's a very nice day. The last couple of days have been very cold. Yeah. It's kind of been going back and forth between highs of up to 11 or 12 and then dropping down again.
And then it was Setsubun no hi ne, on the 2nd?
On the 2nd, which was rare.
Yes, it was rare. But we've cleared that, so it's plum blossom season.
Yeah.
Is officially, and I believe they have actually come into bloom in Maizuru Koen and so forth. So
I heard a train whistle.
Yes, I heard a train whistle. And this, the other day I went by here and actually was with my wife and we thought, is that izakaya? Izakaya or train station? I mean, it looks, what we're looking at is the Imajuku station. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Kawaii ne.
These white walls, the crisscross designs and kind of like, almost like a blackboard looking.
Yeah.
This Shirakabe style.
Yeah.
This is very kind of traditional
Look at this,
Japanese architectural style.
I mean, this is in Fukuoka City, right? I mean, we're still in the city proper.
Yeah.
And it looks much like a countryside. And palm trees.
I believe the station between Meinohama and Imajuku, Shimo Yamato, might actually be an unmanned station.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 100% on that, but I know it's very, very small.
Well, Bobby, I think that we were actually in our original plan that we so detailed made, right?
The one that I clearly didn't check as well as I should have.
I think we're supposed to turn left a bit earlier, but I think we can cross here.
Yeah.
And then, do you think you can find where you used to live?
This is actually the way I used to go on my way home. So
all right. Well,
no problem. Let's cross across here.
Yeah, got it.
I think we'll see a train coming across this Fumikiri here.
Oh, great. That's right. Okay, action. Everyone, hang on. Awesome. Well, there it goes. So that's heading west towards Karatsu.
Yeah. And this is another great feature of the railroad tracks. You could always see there's looks like a grandfather walking with a stroller here. I always walk along the railroad tracks, and when a train comes, they show the kids.
Really?
Yeah. If you look out the windows of your trains, a lot of times you can see kids waving from along the side of the tracks.
Yeah, look at what's this like? Oh, don't stop here. Don't stop and photograph here. Is that what it says, Bobby?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, another
really
train.
Does. This one's coming from? Where?
The opposite direction.
Oh. From the opposite side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we can walk this way a little bit as well.
All right. Hey, we got someone from Hawaii checking in and watching your hometown. So you used to live in Imajuku?
Oh, wow.
Cool. Well then, hey Bobby, you're under pressure to get things right now. We've got someone watching who grew up here.
I should get real.
This is a subway, right?
Yeah, this is a
train
subway line as well.
Fukuoka subway, city subway. This is a train. I mean, it runs as a train. Would this go the whole way to Karatsu? This car, do you think? Not sure. So that's definitely, that turns into subway. That will go the whole way to the airport, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly to Tenjin and Hakata.
I guess the pressure's on to get my Imajuku details and trivia right. So I should mention that
Yes.
Imajuku, of course, is written with the kanji for now, and
Okay.
Juku is a cram school. So I think the name means go to cram school now, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, that's kind of heavy. I was looking on Google Map, and the actual area of Imajuku is very small. Like what proper Imajuku
Right.
address is. It's a very small area.
Oh, I'd totally forgotten actually. By my third or fourth year here, they had changed it, so we were not living in Imajuku. They sectioned it off as Nishi Imajuku, and I had to change all my addresses and all my professional stuff.
Oh, that's a pain.
Yeah. So we'll turn left here
Okay, all right. Lead on.
and walk straight, and you can see the highway up ahead, Imajuku bypass. It's not technically the highway. It's Imajuku bypass
that's
up in
quite
the
a
distance.
Yeah, okay.
But before then, there'll be a place to turn right. You can head
Yeah.
towards where I used to live and towards Otsuka Kohun, which is a burial mound.
Okay, I'm looking for, you told me about it. I've never been there, but I know of it. I've seen it from the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, an ancient burial ground.
Which sounds very impressive, but if you didn't know that it was an ancient burial ground, when you actually see it, it's just kind of a hill.
Is this-
When you see them from above, a lot of times they can
Yeah, that's-
identify them
Yeah, that's,
as burial grounds by the shapes that they are.
there's a church over there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this is not the highway. This is an overpass. And this overpass I've used so many times. Again, this overpass, I mean, it just takes you over the train tracks, basically. But it links, as Bobby says, up ahead is where the highway, the Nishi Kyushu Expressway, I guess it also ties into the Toshiko, the urban expressway, right?
This is a Imajuku bypass,
Bypass,
technically
yeah.
still, and that will connect to the Toshiko.
So if you were coming from there going to Itoshima, a lot of people would take this overpass here.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
You mentioned you could see Otsuka Kohun from the highway. When we first moved out here, we had one of these what they call in Japanese maisonette shiki, maisonette style apartments, which is a building that's 2 stories.
Okay.
And they usually house 4 units, 2 on the first floor and 2 on the second floor.
Okay.
So we lived on the second floor of one of these buildings, and it was on a plot of land that had 4 similar buildings.
Okay.
And
All right.
nothing else around it.
Oh.
Everything
really?
else around it was kind of like dirt lots.
It was like Bobby Judo on the prairies. And family, it was like you're pioneers.
Yeah. Yeah, there was us and a handful of other people, and gradually, in the years that we lived here, not even gradually, very quickly, a lot of these other, you can see the apartment buildings all around, they sprang up around us.
Right.
To the point where we used to be able to drive by on the highway and very clearly see our front door.
Right.
And now I think if you went by, you probably couldn't spot it. All the other buildings are in the way.
There's a lot of these like big box shops, like stores. I don't know, like denki-yasan toka nanka, motorcycle shops, and I don't know, really big box buildings have gone up in this area.
So we'll turn up here at this light.
Okay.
And on the corner here is Nishi Keisatsu?
Yeah. We're going to turn as soon as Bobby says. We're going to go by a district police office. So we're not going to we're actually going to cross properly.
Not be an ideal place to do that.
No, we are going to cross with the light. So Bobby, I know you got another project going on, which I've been following enjoying thoroughly. The podcast. Tell us about the podcast you got going. Here, actually, let me get the camera going this way. If we try, there we go. Boom.
So we've got it started about a year and a half, maybe a little more than a year and a half ago now. A friend of mine who used to live in Fukuoka, a comedian named Ollie Horn.
Yeah, I know Ollie.
Yeah, very funny guy. He's from England.
Yeah.
And he was touring a show about his time in Japan around the world.
Right.
And he kind of was looking for kind of a way to stay in touch with what was happening in terms of Japanese politics, Japanese culture at the moment.
Right.
And also for us to stay in touch with each other and to build kind of like Japan-related content.
Right.
So we started doing this show called Japan by River Cruise.
Wait. Japan by
River Cruise.
River Cruise, okay, all right.
And we're both big river cruise aficionados.
Okay, all right.
You know some of the
and
very
they're so popular in Japan too, river cruises.
The dinner cruises in Nakagawa and Fukuoka.
No, they are, that's true, on Yanagawa.
The old-fashioned ones in Yanagawa.
And they sing, the oarsmen will sing songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we started just the two of us talking about for Japanese river cruises. And that kind of grew into inviting and featuring guests to talk about news that was topical that week or Japanese cultural issues, talk about the language, talk about politics. We've had some really interesting guests.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of interactions. A lot of your listeners are sending you questions or comments and stuff like that. That's it's great. So that's on, when do the episodes they drop on the weekends?
We put them out every Friday morning.
Every Friday morning.
And last week we had a journalist from Bloomberg who came on to talk to us about the vaccines, and the rollout date in Japan. But then we also have our next guest this week is going to be talking about parenting as a kind of an international couple in Japan.
Cool. All right. Well, look, everyone, check that out. We've caught the light now, and we're gonna see if Bobby can find where he used to live.
Yeah, not far now.
Oh yeah.
I think
you're confident, are you?
If it weren't for these homes here, we should be able to see the burial mound from here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're saying is, not too many years ago, these homes weren't here.
They were, yeah.
No. Okay.
A lot of this was not here.
Rice fields. Maybe. Oh, is that the parking lot for the police station?
That's a pretty cool building.
That's a pretty cool building if it is. This is the police station here. Probably, I don't know if they mind me filming or not, but that's the police station. That looks like a parking lot for the police station, which is very fancy.
Kind of almost looks reminiscent of like a jail building.
Or
a penitentiary.
It looks like a bat cave.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
So if we go straight here
for my cousin. Someone's looking for their cousin. Don't know what that means.
Your cousin's house? Is that the person who used to live here?
No, it's someone else.
Someone else. They just randomly clicked onto this stream hoping to find their cousin. Good luck.
Who knows?
Good luck in your continued search.
We still have 30 more minutes to go. So we might. So, yeah. Things have changed then, have they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's an ancient burial ground around here. I wouldn't have guessed, no.
Oh, there it is.
Ta-da.
There it is.
It is, okay.
Yeah, and actually they've created this little kind of walkthrough to the park
Right.
Again, when I first lived here.
Into that here.
Well, let's cross and head over that way because there's a nice park over there as well.
Yeah, we will. Okay. All right. We'll do that. Again, we'll wait for the green light. We press the button here.
Again, when we first lived here, it was just, I mean, that's a protected area, obviously. So you can't do construction there. But there was nothing built up around it.
Okay.
Now they've added in this very nice kind of walkway.
Yeah, this
that
is
leads to a park right in front of it.
This is nice walkway and some benches.
Yeah, and it is protected, but you can climb it. Like you can walk up on top of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets pretty overgrown, but they come out and mow the grass and clean it up.
These exist on other parts of Itoshima as well. So this isn't Itoshima proper, but there's a couple other places which I visited recently, and I was surprised too that it was like dozo, don't know if you're welcome.
I used to live over there.
Down this road?
Down that road, yeah. 4 or 5 properties down.
Okay. Nice. So, who's buried there?
Somebody important?
Somebody important, yeah.
From a long time ago.
Good.
There's a theory that Itokoku was in this area. Itokoku, kind of like the undiscovered kingdom of Japan. It exists in stories, but they haven't been able to locate it geographically. But yeah, you can see this shape here. You can kind of see that one side of it kind of protrudes up further than the other. I forget the name of the shape, but it's very typical.
Almost like keyhole shapes.
Yes, yeah.
From above, you could see that. A nice mountain in the background there too.
That might be Kanodake. One of these mountains here is called Kanodake. I know there's a nice hiking path that goes up.
This is a lovely residential area though.
Yeah.
I mean, very nice. Very nice, and I really like this walkway. Lots of benches, and you say this very important historic ancient burial ground. Otsuka
Kohun.
Otsuka Kohun. Someone walking their golden retriever. Yeah, I mean, one thing with this Kyushu Live, these live casts that I'm doing, Bobby, is trying to help people reconnect to if they used to live in Fukuoka or other parts of Kyushu.
Yeah.
And also to show other people, hey, what a great place this is. I mean, like, the city is being nominated as one of the best most livable cities in the world and so forth. And I think we're gonna show why. Yeah.
I mean, just kind of walking through these residential areas and parts of the city, there's so much to see and to appreciate.
Yeah. We take it for granted, at least I've come to, but yeah, this is a nice area here. And we came from the beach, right? We were just, 20 minutes ago we were walking along the beach.
And we took the long way. We took kind of a meandering route. If you were to do a straight shot, it'd be 10 minutes.
Yeah. So that overpass there, as we said, that is, I think, the Kyushu West Expressway, Nishi Kyushu.
That particular one is not one of the expressways. I think it's just called Imajuku bypass, but it connects to.
But it connects to, yeah. And that will take you out to, well, certainly out to Maebaru, and then I think it becomes another, now it's toll-free, but you can go straight to Karatsu.
Yeah. This park out here is really nice as well. Little like sandbox area for smaller kids to play, some of the athletic equipment.
So you have 2 twin daughters, and I imagine you brought them here?
This was not completed when we were living here. But there's another one not too far from here in front of Yumetown. There's a big, not Yumetown, a big Aeon Mall.
So we're going to hook back, right?
Yes, we're going to head back towards the beach.
Well, that was, we've gone to one of the furthest point in our walk, perhaps.
Yep.
One of the corners of the walk. We're going to head back to the seaside. You got a message to Bobby from Rebel Fighter.
From my fans at Nagasaki University. Hi. I
know you went to university.
Sorry. I went to a university. Go to Nagasaki.
Yeah.
So, this is actually the exact building that I used to live in. I used to live in that apartment up there, yeah.
Really? Okay. Well, he doesn't live there anymore. So if you're a paparazzi or you're a stalker, Bobby Judo does not live there. We promise he does not.
Used to park here in this parking lot.
Okay. Bobby used to park
throw
there. He used to park
throw out our garbage in that garbage disposal center. It's extremely natsukashi.
Natsukashi. Are you tearing up, Bobby?
Fond
Can we get
memories.
some tears? Can we get some
Fond
tears?
I did a lecture out at Nagasaki University some years back. I wonder if...
Which way are we going?
Let's go straight and then turn.
All right. Okay, so you have been to university.
Yes. Back in the States, I actually originally studied at University of Florida. I took my first Japanese class there.
Okay.
And didn't find out till later, but the woman who taught the class, Susan Kubota, she's married to a Japanese man.
Yes.
And she used to teach at Saga Joshi Daigaku,
Okay.
which is the neighboring prefecture. And it's where I first moved to when I lived in Kyushu.
That's right.
When I told her I found out that my ALT placement was in Saga, she said, "Oh, I lived there for years," and warned me about the dialect.
Right. Warned you, but that's become なんていう?
Yeah,
自分の武器じゃないっていうか 特徴っていうか
It's become an asset,
An asset for you, yeah. So, Bob, while we're on that, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you ended up in Japan?
I had a travel bug from a very early age. My family didn't take a lot of trips. My father did kind of middle distance truck driving.
Okay.
So whenever he had vacation days, he just wanted to kind of stay at home. Most of the traveling we did was to visit relatives in the state over or something like that. So I think at a very young age, I always kind of thought when I get old enough to get out on my own and see the world, I'd like to see as much of it as possible. And Japan kind of seemed like as far away from home as I could get to start.
Yeah. Hey, if you're gonna dive, might as well dive deep, eh?
Jump in all the way.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I think one of my aunts on my mom's side was very interested in Zen Buddhism.
Okay.
And she used to give me Zen Buddhist books. I kind of had
that
image that maybe most Westerners have, that Japan is the country of Zen.
Yes.
So we're going to want to keep straight here, I believe.
Well, Zen is, I mean, for most, as I know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not, but they've been heavily influenced by Zen, and it is actually one of the main reasons why I came to Japan.
Really?
It is. It definitely is. My first year in Japan, I spent inside the Zen temple. I lived in a dormitory of a Zen temple in Tokyo for a whole year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's very much. When I got out of university, I also had the travel bug, and I sort of did the backpacking thing in Asia for about a year and a half, quite an extended. And along the way, I got interested in Tibetan Buddhism and in Korean Buddhism, and well, that's how I came to Japan, because it was an opportunity to study Zen.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's interesting that it doesn't necessarily fit the image that Westerners have of everybody kind of like meditating once a day or keeping a Zen rock garden in their backyard. But I do find it really interesting, kind of the way that Buddhist philosophies, especially Zen philosophies, influence the way people live their daily lives.
Sure. I mean, just like the bow, the everyday bow, or even people bowing on phones when they can't see each other, that bowing. I mean, that's a cutting of the ego.
Yeah.
And that is a direct or a very, primary teaching of Zen is cutting the ego, and the bow that's what it's for.
And kind of the practices that express gratitude, even in kind of ways that people might not always be conscious of. The itadakimasu before a meal is manners, but when you focus on practicing that, it's a practice of gratitude.
Yes. Yeah, so many things. Hey, this person in the live chat watching us still hasn't given up on finding her cousin, and she says that she's studying in Fukuoka and Imajuku, so we might see her walking by. What does she? I don't know what she's wearing. Okay.
No, I think because of the university out here, there's been kind of an explosion in foreign students.
Check out the rims.
Oh, wow.
That guy's making a statement. Wonder if they make a noise.
Huh.
Oh, what a day. Look at that blue sky.
Really is nice.
Yeah. Well, this is going to bring out the ume, plum blossoms.
No, I was mentioning there's a lot of students in this area.
Okay.
Actually, I went to the bank the other day to re-register my my foreign alien registration card.
Okay.
I got my permanent residency.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
And I went in to register it, and I think I'm masked up. I think I might have had a hat on.
Okay.
I think they might have just assumed that I was a student. And so I said very clearly, you know, I'm here to register my permanent residency. But because they were operating under the assumption that I was a student, the woman kind of like hovered over as I was filling out my form, and I checked that I was born in the Japanese era Showa.
Right.
And she corrected me, and she said, "No, you were born in Heisei. You need to rewrite that as Heisei."
Really?
Yeah, I was flattered.
Yeah, that's very flattering.
But also,
yeah.
but also, I was like, no, I was born in Showa. And the next category down, she said, you know, check that you're a student. And I went, okay, but I'm not. And then,
Really, she had an agenda.
yeah, the next category down, she said something like, and since you live in America, you'll need to check this box. And I kind of went, what? In my mind, I was like, I'm here to register my permanent residency. I don't live in America. But I think she just assumed that I didn't understand the Japanese question. And she kind of went, because you live in America.
Wow. Yeah, sometimes that's reminds me of the type of thing. I'm trying to get the camera. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm poking around. There we go. Everyone who's lived in Japan many times had that sort of experience where people just assume things before you actually get to communicate clearly.
Yeah. I think we can duck underneath the tracks up here by this Lawson.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I
let's
have
do that.
no idea where. Well, I mean, I have a vague sense of where I am, but I've never walked through here. Like you say, Bobby, probably this is rice fields 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or just some kind of field.
But I like how that still remains in
there
bits and
are.
places.
Speaking of which, someone's got a vegetable patch right there. That's great. Okay, we're to cross here?
We'll cross and then cross over.
All right. Yeah, so that would be the train tracks that we crossed once already over there. We're gonna cross here?
Yes, we'll go back, and I think underneath you can see a place to cross over under there.
So we got kids coming back from school, I assume, or maybe on their way to Imajuku. No? Yep.
I should probably, in case anybody cares, I should correct. That's the juku for actually like lodging, like Shinjuku or Nojuku, which means to sleep in a field, and not to not go to juku.
Not to go to juku. Okay, so we're going
left and then right.
left and then right. Okay.
We'll take another right just before that Lawson's.
Okay.
Yeah, just you can see this street dead ends in a building. That building is the station for Kyudai Gakken Toshi Eki, and it's also the big shopping mall out here.
With the Eon and all that. I think, we just got a comment in the live chat here. Kishimoto-san, are we going to, Kyushu Daigaku...
Kyudai Gakken Toshi.
Toshi, ne?
Yep.
We're not going to go that far, no.
We're headed back to Nagatarehama now. And I think we're coming up on some very nice looking orange trees.
Yes, some citrus trees there.
Let's pull over to the left a bit.
Yeah, we're headed back to the seaside, to the beach area. We've got a couple places we want to show you, and we're going to continue walking west, and we're going to wrap things up in about 20 minutes or so.
I've warmed up quite a bit.
Yeah.
Came out just for the cold.
Before we met Bobby, because I had to walk to our starting spot, I had another shirt on. I had to take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's got a veggie garden going here.
Yeah, got
And,
some
lots of mikan or some type of citrus in the back there.
big leeks.
Yeah.
Were there any Japanese? Oh, chickens as well.
Where?
Some roosters over there behind the trees.
I can't
A
see.
big
Oh.
rooster.
Yeah, this definitely was a lot of agriculture here until recently. These are all new homes.
Mm.
Yeah, with Kyushu University, having moved out to the Itoshima campus, I imagine there's a lot of apartment buildings that have gone up to provide accommodations for not only students, but the people
Yeah.
who work at the university.
Well, it's interesting. When we were first here, everything that started to go up was residential, and I think it's gradually, it's caught up. So now that there's, it's not just places to live. There's all the infrastructure. There's restaurants and shopping centers.
It's a great place to live. And in fact, I think I remember reading something in the news that the public schools, also they're recently built. So they're very,
Yeah,
they got all the
yeah, yeah.
latest facilities and, built to the best specs. They're just like, it's the place everyone wants to live.
Yeah.
It's one of the highest demand places to live in all of Fukuoka. So it's already, those schools they just built are already full.
Yeah. That's actually when we were trying to decide whether or not to move out to Itoshima. So we had that smaller maisonette style apartment, and we had twins. We were expecting, a starter family and then to grow it. And then we got two at the same time, and we said we're gonna need a bigger boat basically. We're gonna need bigger cars. We're gonna need a bigger house, and we started looking for more space. One of the reasons we decided to go ahead and make a move was because the area where we were living became Nishi Imajuku and was not zoned for this brand new school that they had just built.
I see. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, pinch.
Yep.
That was a pinch then. Yeah. Hey, we got someone that's just logged in from Chicago.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. Welcome to Kyushu Live. Have you lived? I'm just curious. Do you used to live in Kyushu somewhere? Always interested to know what people's interest in the live stream is.
I just assumed they were Nick Saz fans.
Yeah, well, there's a good percentage. Good percentage.
Maybe some crossover from NHK World.
Yeah. Hey, nice segue there. You don't know about this. That wasn't prearranged, but I just finished an NHK World. Bangumi ne?
Yeah.
Episode taping for it's called Train Cruise, and it comes out. It airs on NHK World this Saturday.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Where did you travel through?
Through Chikuho, Fukuoka Prefecture. Yeah.
Cool.
The area like Nogata, Kita-Kyushu, Tagawa, Ita, all that. It's a story about the backbone of modernization of Japan from Kyushu, meaning the story of all the coal mining.
Yeah.
And how the coal that was mined in the Chikuho region was used to fire the steel mills of Kita-Kyushu. And all that steel was used to build the railways and a lot of the industrialization of Japan all over.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting.
It's
not like...
It's actually, this is true by the way, but the coal industry was very, very linked to not only the railroad in Japan, but also the river cruise industry. Because a lot of the river cruises sprung up due to a lot of the river boats sprung up due to a need to transport the coal.
Yes, that's right. Well, what happened is what I learned as well too, and I didn't know that, is before the railways, it was all on ship, right? It sort of makes sense. But then with the advent of introduction of railway or locomotives, that's sort of pinched the ships out.
Absolutely.
So anyway, so let's get back to we're talking about Imajuku, and this to me is Imajuku.
This
is the Imajuku I know. This is the Imajuku Kosaten intersection. I don't know what the formal name of the intersection is, but to me it's Imajuku Kosaten. And if you were to go see that buses just heading off that direction, that would take you on the coastline road out to Itoshima, like Futamigaura and so forth. And this is the road we started on way back 40 minutes ago or 50 minutes ago. That's 202 going east to Fukuoka, to more Fukuoka, Tenjin, Hakata and all that. And this road, if you went straight down there, you'd end up in Karatsu basically.
Yep.
As well too. So what we're going to do is, are we going to,
let's cross here and then cross the street. And we can actually walk straight that way to the beach and then walk back to Kauai if you'd like to do that.
Yeah. Maybe we should cut in here. How are you for time? We're already at 50.
I'm okay. I'm good.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You're all right? Well, we could stick to plan then and go back this way and cut into Kauai.
Sure.
And then come out. I think, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Let's stick to plan. If you're all right for, we might go a little 10 minutes longer. Or start walking faster. You do that too. Wow. An intersection with no action.
All right, we've got the light over here.
Okay, let's do it. I want to show that pizzeria.
Yes, that place is great.
Yeah, we
It's
met
actually
there once just by chance, didn't we?
Yeah. I think I'd gone out there for a date with my wife, and you'd gone out for a date with your wife.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's go on this
would have been very awkward had it been the other way around.
Yes.
So this is one of these pizza places. This is actually something
Oh.
It's a little bit further.
Yeah.
But one of the things about this pizza place is that the guy who runs it studied in Italy and received some like pizza making certification in Italy, and then came back and started up his restaurant. And if you've only been to one restaurant like that, it sounds very impressive. Right. But I know you, especially on the Fukuoka Now gourmet reporting beat.
Yes.
There are tons and tons of pizza places.
There are.
And Ali and I on our show a while back were joking about how funny would it be if there's some town in Italy where you go to the pizza place and the kitchen is just full of Japanese people getting their pizza certification.
Right.
There's got to be some place that's pumping them out.
I'm sure there is. Well, you know, in Yakuin Gaetano.
Yeah.
Well, Gaetano is that story as well too. And actually, Tommy, the guy the owner of that, he did intern or what's a dishi? What did you say? Training.
Became a disciple.
Yeah. Disciple, and he actually got to use the name of the shop as well too.
Oh wow!
So yeah, that's so there are many stories, but like you said, it's a smart way. It's the proper way to do it, no? To actually go over and work, train. Oh, look at this! I find this interesting. This is This is the haitatsu, the delivery, like newspaper delivery, and getting less and less of these. You'll see. But what I think is interesting is that back in the day anyways, there'd be just fleets, tons of these scooters, and because a lot of people were getting newspapers delivered, not so much these days. But that was an important part or important common part of scenery in any part of Japan. The newspaper delivery.
Yeah.
What would you call it? Station?
Like
a taxi stand.
Local, yeah. So we've now made it back to the street that runs to Imajuku Station.
Right.
Just down that way.
Right. Okay. So we're you can't see, but back here, station's back there.
And across the street.
Yes.
Is
there it is.
Pizzeria da Chiruzzo.
There it is. Yeah.
The pizza's very, very good, but also their appetizer plate.
Yeah.
Super authentic, kind of like an oil and
yummy.
That bread that's made with seaweed inside.
Don't know that.
It's an Italian kind of a bread puff. I forget the exact name.
Ah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yes, yes, yes. Very
But it's
soft.
made with
very-
seaweed. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got a fan here. This is like the person who's from Chicago. She listens to your podcast as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I recognize that name. That's somebody I think I've interacted with on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate you always tuning in.
And I'll be putting in links to Bobby's with Ollie, the podcast in Japan by River Cruise. Link will be in the show notes, as well as Bobby's Instagram and Twitter will be there as well too.
We can't promise the Twitter will be there. We got in trouble for making a joke about a Japanese minister, a government minister, the other day. But as of now, we're functional.
Okay.
We're out of the Twitter doghouse.
Wow. Well, someone's listening to you.
Yeah.
Look at it that way. Okay, here's the pizzeria that we both like.
Pizzeria da Chiruzzo.
Yeah. So they got a little veranda setting. Of course, it's winter, so they've got some boards on it there, but you can almost see sitting outside a little bit there. But anyways,
Got all the olive trees up front.
very Italian.
This Chinese restaurant's very good as well.
Which one, right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
The drive to the parking lot is very narrow,
Mhm.
and I once scratched my car on this here.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. Ouch, ouch. Okay, be aware. But another recommendation for a place to eat here in Imajuku from Bobby, Chinese restaurant there.
Mama Bishoku.
Bishop.
We can
You
take
see,
a
look at the sign here. It says Kita Kyushu 81 kilometers, Nishijin 9 kilometers. Gives you a sense of where we are. So we're going to turn.
yeah. We can take
here?
this very narrow left in
let's
here.
do that. Let's do that. For a change of scenery. Hey, we got Kevin Fang has checked in, saying hello. Thank you for tuning in to Kyushu Live again. As I say, this is the 18th episode of Kyushu Live, and so far I think we went to Fukutsu, which is not Fukuoka City, but so far we've only been in Fukuoka Prefecture, and that has to do with the state of emergency on.
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be traveling around here and there, but Fukuoka Prefecture. Yeah, that's a nice little shrine here. Look at that. Oh, kawaii kanji ne. There's somebody there. Cool. Okay. There's another take off in. This is like a shortcut, just like a popular shortcut in between Route 202 and the sea. A lot of people will know that.
And you can see as we work our way through this residential area here.
I see
We're
something blue.
coming back up on.
Yeah, I see something really blue, not just the sky. Beautiful blue. Yeah, what a place, eh, to live.
Yeah, I really
We just,
like this here.
yeah. I mean, we just walked. That was the station back there. That's like 5 minutes the other direction. Direct access to Nishijin, Tenjin, Hakata, and into the airport as well too. Go the other way, you're in Karatsu.
Yeah, airport
like
in
half
20,
hour.
27 to 30 minutes.
A surf and windsurfing shop, and
This is
Howie.
haven't been here in a long time, but I used to come very, very
yeah.
regularly. And they do a
Oh,
big party.
that's
every
Akira.
summer.
That's Akira, ne? That's the owner, I think.
That's how I saw.
Oh, is it?
Konnichiwa.
こんにちは。どうもどうもどうも。すごい。どうもどうも、本当元気？これサップではないね。これ短いね。Very small supboard. Yeah, すごい短くて。まあ波乗りのためね。It's a wave running. Yeah. So Kawi Surf, this place here, they have, well, for me, it's like the image of windsurfers. This area here, a lot of windsurfers. And what else? Windsurfing.
Windsurfing, sup.
Mainly. Not so much
also-
surfing because here we're in the into a bay here for waves.
Yeah, the waves don't get that big, but there's always kite surfers out here.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also, every summer,
Yeah.
I think in August or September, Imajuku does a big Hanabi Taikai, a fireworks festival. And they cordon this off and invite like musical guests or dance teams and do a big outdoor summer party.
Right. Right.
Actually,
Yeah,
they
there's
weren't
stage
able to
there.
hold it last year because of Corona, but they used to give me free beer in exchange for hosting it.
You were an MC here. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
And
right.
actually, I think it's because they had me emceeing here that I ended up booking the Sunset Live job.
Right.
Got
Being
to
the
be an
MC.
for
Right.
the big music festival out in Itoshima.
And there's a bar up on the second floor, is there not?
Yeah, that's
What's it called?
medium tempo.
Yeah, medium tempo up here.
Run by a guy named Yoshida-san and his wife Akemi, and they kind of run the cafe and bar whenever they feel like it. They're both kind of like craftsmen.
Craftsman, okay.
So he does a lot of woodworking and carpentry, and she
Right.
does a lot of textiles and
right.
art, and they have kind of this little craft production company. And sometimes when the mood strikes, they run a cafe and
They're
bar.
on a cafe and bar. Yeah, I was there years. Haven't been there in many years, but yeah. And then, hey,
And
yes.
it's not open today, but if you do ever come here, there's an attached bakery.
You know, we're gonna walk by there. We have to. My friend Yasu is
Yasu,
the.
yeah.
I know him real well, and we love his bread. We're gonna show that, but first I have to do justice to this view here. Again, this is Imajuku, and we're right on the beach there, and straight ahead, looking back towards central Fukuoka. I'm gonna zoom in here, telephoto there, and you should be able to make out that's the Hilton Seahawk Hotel. Dead center. In Fukuoka Tower, you can sort of make out behind the Seahawk Hotel.
You can see a little glint of copper behind that. That's Peipei Dome,
Right.
formerly
Yeah,
Yakuoku
yeah.
Dome.
We're talking about, it's quite far away, but hard to get the finger in there, but yeah.
And if
So,
we were here at
Momochi.
night, you could see
yes.
the Marinoa Ferris wheel lit up.
Yeah, you would see that. You would see that. And I'll pan this way, and the land in between that would be Umi no Nakamichi. Right now, center screen, Umi no Nakamichi, way on their side of Hakata Bay. And we showed this before earlier on in the live stream, but that is Nokunoshima. Okay.
And out there behind it is Shikanoshima, is that right?
Yeah, way, that's right,
Shikanoshima,
that's right.
where they
Way,
have
now what
the-
I'm showing there is Shikonoshima. So Umi no Nakamichi goes behind Nokunoshima, there are threads out there, and then Shikonoshima, the other island, that's connected by land though.
Yeah, that's still
Yeah.
Itoshima.
And this is Itoshima here. And some lovely light now this time of day as well too. And they got residences, like detached homes and condominiums here, chilled. Nice sandy beach. So I think they have yoga, sup yoga.
Yeah, it's, beach yoga and also sup yoga out here.
Okay. Well, look, yeah, we want to show. There's a great bread shop on the other side of how we surf. I don't think it won't be open now. It's only open in the mornings, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But if you're in this area, especially in the morning time, and you like good bread, I stake my name on it.
Yeah, good.
うまい。美味しい。さあさあさあさあ。やすもう
久しぶりです
カメラ大丈夫本当いやちょうど話したよもう
久しぶりです
二人とも大好きなパンね This is やす he cook excellent bread ね元気ああいいねもう開いてないでしょ
なんとなく
開いてるんじゃん開いてるまあ
久しぶりです。
活躍見れますよ、ボビー。
ありがとうございます。
ね
世界の違い発見もドキドキしながら見よったもん。なんかそう面白いこと言うてくれんかなと思って。
言わなかったっけ
いいな OK じゃあまたやすありがとうはいバイバイ Oh let's what shall we do now We're good over an hour now. Would you want to take a bit of a
let's walk back to the park where we started because there's kind of some offices and some Airbnbs.
Okay. All right. If you're good for time, I am. So why not? Such a beautiful day.
娘たち元気？
ああ、元気。おお、双子のルナさんは中学生1年。
もう中学生になる。あと1年で小学校に上がるんで。めっちゃもう暴れん坊になってます。翔さんによろしくお伝えください。
Okay. ああ、いいな。
Yeah, this was the old jogging course, and it's funny.
This is where you train for the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm still hoping they're gonna go through. But you come out every morning and you kind of run into the same people, or you get to know the faces of the people out walking their dogs. Or there was a woman who used to come out every morning and throw bread to the Seahawks.
Okay.
And we have a mutual friend named Michaela, who's also kind of a local personality, TV, YouTube.
Yes. Yeah, well, huge.
And at the time, she was on KBC Radio,
Right.
which is the same network that I do a weekly TV show for.
That's right.
And this woman who came out to feed the bread was a huge Michaela fan.
Okay.
And
let me say, she threw bread at Michaela. No.
But no, she had no idea that I was on KBC.
Okay.
She didn't know who I was at all. But
Okay.
just by virtue of being a foreigner, she assumed that I might know her. And always would, every time she saw me, would ask me about Michaela.
Yes. So is this? No, this is different. I thought this, but it looks like a shop. A shop or.
It's a shop on the bottom and then
Yeah.
a residence. I actually know the woman who lives up there.
And is she making clothes? It looks like.
It used to be more like handmade jewelry. It does look now like
looks
it's
like some inside fashion.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my wife and I almost rented this space and ran a cafe out of it. Just because
Wait. Here?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, this would have been
Nice.
great.
Yeah. Wow. What a location. That patio's amazing. Wow. So quiet. I mean, just trying to think for people who don't know Fukuoka, how to put this in perspective, but this is a city of 1.5 million people, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the major cities in Japan. And if we stop talking, people could listen. How quiet is it? You're hearing the waves and just, I don't know. I'm happy to say I live here. Beautiful.
Yeah.
There's some apartments. Probably not too expensive. That almost look like student accommodation. I don't know.
This is Salt, I believe.
Oh, is this it? Okay, here, let me get the lens going here. So Salt is a co-working space, right? Would you say?
Yeah.
Co-working. And it's co-working with a view of the ocean. I always think, like, how can you get work done?
Yeah.
I would find it hard to get work done if I had space here, but do they have a cafe? I think when they opened, they had a cafe.
Used to. There used to be a restaurant called Soratobu Buta on the second floor of this that was very good.
Yeah.
But now they still have all the kitchen gear.
Right.
So I think the people who use the office are free to use the kitchen. And I know at one point they were looking for somebody to come in and kind of work as an on-site chef.
Hey, we got a hello from the Konnichiwa podcast.
Oh, Konnichiwa podcast. That would be Dan or Mai or Yurie.
Yeah. The three. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking in, guys.
Actually, Dan is going to be a guest on our podcast
Coming
tomorrow.
Up? Oh, nice.
Talking
nice.
about raising kids in Japan.
Nice. Okay, I will check that out for sure. Tempting to go down on the beach there. Why don't we? Let's do it.
It's super relaxing.
Yeah.